Hi guys, I'm Swati Hangandi. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to explain you about the bubble sort and its working, logic and program with tracing. So before entering the bubble sort concept, we need to know what is data structure and what is sorting. So data structure is the way of arranging the data items in the computer, and sorting is the process of arranging the data items in the ascending or descending order. There are many types of sorts in the data structure like bubble sort, insertion sort, selection sort and quick sort. But now I am going to explain you about the bubble sort. Bubble sort is also called as the comparison sort because it compares between the two adjacent items and swaps it if the first item is greater than the second item, and it continues the process until all the elements are placed in their perfect order. So let us discuss about the working of the bubble sort. So consider an array with 4 items. So in the first iteration we are starting from the index 0, compare the first item and the second item and then exchange if the first item is greater than the second item, and it continues the process for all the elements. So after each pass the largest element is placed at its intended position. So now we are going to discuss about the logic for the bubble sort. For this we need to take two loops, that is I and j, where I is for the number of passes and j is for the number of comparisons. Now we need to check whether the first item is greater than the second item. If it is true, then we need to exchange. Then we have to take j is equals to 0. Now apply the logic. If a of j is greater than j of j plus 1, then swap. T is equals to a of j is equals to a of j plus 1, a of j plus 1 is equals to t. This is the code to swap the two array items. So now I'm going to explain you about the program. So hash include stdio.h, it is the header file which is used to add the library functions in the program, and void main, it is the main part from where the real execution of the program starts. So before using any variables in our programs, we need to declare all of them in the declaration part. So here I'm going to declare the int array of 20 size and n, I, j, t. T is for the temporary storage. So printf enter the n value because I'm going to enter the n value by using the printf, and scanf I'm going to take the input from the user. So for that I'm going to use the scanf, and printf to enter the array items, and to enter the array items repeatedly, for that way I'm using the for loop. I is equals to 0, I is less than n, and I plus plus. To enter the value and to store the values I'm using scanf perform a specify id and percent a of I. So I'm using the for loop. So for loop for I is equals to 0, I is less than n minus 1 and I plus plus. For j is equals to 0 and j is less than n minus 1 and j plus plus. And if a of j is greater than a of j plus 1, then t is equals to a of j, then a of j is equals to a of j plus 1, then a of j plus 1 is equals to t. So after sorting of all the elements, they are arranged in the ascending order. For that we are again printing all the elements. So for that we are using again printf format specify id backslash n and a of I. So now tracing of the bubble sort program. So here I have taken 4 elements, that is in the position of a of 0 3, in the position of a of 1 it is 2, and in the position of a of 2 it is 1, and in the position of a of 3 it is 4. So now I am going to take the n value is equals to 4. So I is equals, we are starting from the I is equals to 0 because as we know array is always starts from the index 0. So I is equals to 0, 0 is less than 3, it is true. J is equals to 0 and 0 is less than 3, it is also true. Then we are checking for the condition. If a of 0 is greater than a of 0 plus 1, that is a of 0 is greater than a of 1. In the position of a of 0 it is 3, and in the position of a of 1 it is 2. So it is true, 3 is greater than 2, it is true. So our condition becomes true. That's why we are swapping the elements. After swapping, in the position of a of 0 2 will be placed, and in the position of 1 3 will be placed. Now we are incrementing the j value. After incrementing of the j value, j will become 1. So we are again checking for the condition 1 is less than 3, it is true. Then we are checking for the again condition, that is a of 1 is greater than a of 2. In the position of 1 it is 3, and in the position of 2 it is 1. So 3 is greater than 1, it is true. Then again we are going to swap the values. After swapping, in the position of a of 1, the 1 will be placed. In the position of 2, 3 will be placed. Now we are going to increment the j value. After incrementing j value, j will become 2, and 2 is less than 3, it is true. Then again we are checking for the condition. In the position of 2 it is 3, in the position of 3 it is 4. So 3 is greater than 4, it is false. So that's why we are going to increment the j value. So after incrementing, j will become 3. So 3 is less than 3, it is false. So that after becoming the j loop false, then we are again incrementing the I value. So I become 1. So 1 is less than 3, it is true. So j is equals to 0. 0 is less than 3, it is true. If a of 0 is greater than a of 1, that is 2 is greater than 1, then we are again going to exchange and we are going to swap the values. So after swapping, in the position of a of 0 it will be 1, and in the position of a of 1 it is true. And now we are going to increment the j. So j is equals to 1. So 1 is less than 3, it is true. Then again we are going to apply the condition, and 2 is greater than 3, it is false. Now we are going to increment the j value. So after incrementing, j will become 2. So 2 is less than 3, it is true. Again we are going to check for the condition where 3 is greater than 4, it is false. So now we are again incrementing the j value. So j will become 3 right now, and 3 is less than 3, it is false. So now we are going to increment the I value. So I will become 2. 2 is less than 3, it is true. So j is equals to 0. 0 is less than 3, it is also true. So we are again checks for the condition. In the position of 0 it is 1, in the position of 1 it is 2. So 1 is greater than 2, it is false. Now we are again incrementing the j value, and j is equals to 2. 2 is less than 3, it is true. So again we are checks for the condition. In the position of a of 2 it is 3, and in the position of a of 3 it is 4. So 3 is greater than 4, it is false. Now we are again incrementing the j value. So j is equals to 3, and 3 is less than 3, so it is false. Now we are checking for, and we are incrementing the I value. Now I will become 3, and I is equals to 3, I is less than 3, it is false. So finally, after sorting the array looks like, in the position of a of 0 it is 1, in the position of 1 it is 2, in the position of 2 it is 3, in the position of 3 it will be 4. So this completes the tracing of the bubble sort. I hope you guys like it and you guys get it. Please like the video and share the video. Thank you for watching.